Hi there. Let's take a look at the themes of women, children, and sleep. Start with women and children. Children are lineage. They continue the bloodline after death. A woman's role was to give birth to children and feed them. Macduff's birth becomes the main agnorisis realization of the play. Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped. Language and structure here really emphasise revelation. The line breaks off the womb to create a pause before untimely ripped. This verb phrase is savage. Just as the moment in the play is horrendous for Macbeth, it means he can be killed. This is in Act 5, Scene 8. Mother Scotland. Scotland is like a mother to the Thanes in the play, even though now it seems like more like a grave to them. This is from Act 4, Scene 3. Child spirits and Macduff's children. Two of the spirits appear to Macbeth as children in Act 4, Scene 1. One represents a baby not born of woman, and one represents Malcolm. He is holding the branch of Burnham Wood, even though he is still an adult. At the scene's end, Macbeth says he will murder Macduff's wife, babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. This is in Act 4, Scene 2. By calling them babes, he makes the children sound more vulnerable. He plans to end his line, which is a quote, which is killing off anyone who would inherit from Macduff and continue his family name. This is done with the murder of Macduff's son in the next scene. The significance of children. Children are lineage, they continue the bloodline after death. They inherit and secure the family name. This is why Fleance becomes a threat to Macbeth. If he inherits the crown, as the witch is predicted in Act 1, Scene 3, Macbeth's family will lose it. Lady Macbeth and a woman's role. A woman's role was to give birth to children. It is the first thing Lady Macbeth rejects when she tries to get the power to control her husband. She orders the spirits, "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall." She will lose her femininity to become bitter and evil. Lady Macbeth tells Macbeth that she would rather brutally murder her own baby than break a promise to him. She says this after he no longer wants to kill King Duncan, saying, "I would, while it was still smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn, as you have done to this." This is from Act 1, Scene 7. Which of these describe the two spirits that appear to Macbeth as children in Act 4, Scene 1? Does one represent a baby not born of woman, or does one represent Macduff's dead son? The correct answer is, one represents a baby not born of woman. And does one represent Donald Bane holding the branch of Burnham Wood, or does one represent Malcolm holding the branch of Burnham Wood? And the correct answer is, one represents Malcolm holding the branch of Burnham Wood. Let's quickly recap the quote regarding murdering Macduff's son. Macbeth says he will murder Macduff's son, wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line, in Act 4, Scene 2. The word babes emphasises how vulnerable they are, and by saying he plans to, quote, end his line, it says that killing off anyone who would inherit from Macduff and continue his family name. Now let's take a look at sleep. Sleep seems to represent innocence. Banquo cannot sleep. He has nightmares after seeing the witches. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain me in the cursed thoughts that nature gives way into repose. In Act 2, Scene 1. Banquo suffers just because he listens to the witches and because he wants the prophecy about him to come true. His lack of sleep could show that he is not innocent from supernatural influence anymore. Duncan. After King Duncan's murder, Macbeth believes he had murdered sleep. Methought I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more, Macbeth, sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the ravelled sleep of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's birth, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast." In Act 2, Scene 2. The list of sleep's qualities shows how valuable sleep in life is. It heals, nourishes, and allows us to get rid of the stresses of the day before. Macbeth killed King Duncan in his sleep. This becomes symbolic of Macbeth killing his own peace. He will never rest soundly again. Macbeth seems to struggle after the murder of King Duncan. Here we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. In Act 3, Scene 2. After seeing Banquo's ghost, Lady Macbeth tells him, "You lack the season of all nature, sleep." In Act 3, Scene 5. This suggests that sleep has made him see things and acts in an irrational way. Irrational just means not reasonable. Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth sleepwalks. This is a sign that she is possessed by evil spirits. The audience might see it as a symptom of her disturbed mind. The doctor says, "Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician." In Act 5, Scene 1, Lady Macbeth is having disturbed sleep because of something she has done. The doctor will believe she needs God's forgiveness. There is nothing that a doctor can do to cure her. Her sleepwalking is punishment. Again, her lack of sleep could suggest that she has lost her innocence and her goodness, and so is not rewarded with healing sleep. Let's quickly recap the quote about murdering Duncan. Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the rambled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast. Act 2, Scene 2. This is what Macbeth says. The list of qualities shows how valuable sleep is. It heals, nourishes, and allows us to get rid of the stress of the day before. The symbolism is that Macbeth killed King Duncan in his sleep, and it is symbolic of Macbeth killing his own peace. Banquo cannot sleep. He has nightmares after seeing the witches, and the quote that is related to this is, "A heavy summons lies like lead upon me. I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain me in the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose." This is from Act 2, Scene 1. His lack of sleep could show that he is not innocent of supernatural influence anymore. What were the two quotes that show Lady Macbeth's rejection of her role as a woman? "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall," and "I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn, as you have done to this." Who are the characters that struggle to sleep in Macbeth? Is it King Duncan or Lady Macbeth? This is, of course, Lady Macbeth, who sleepwalks, whereas King Duncan is killed before he has any sleep troubles. Is it Malcolm or Banquo? The answer is Banquo. And is it Macbeth or Macduff? The answer is Macbeth. Macduff's birth. So Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped, and this is said in Act 5, Scene 8. Ripped is a savage verb and reflects how horrific this realisation is for Macbeth, and it becomes the main agnorisis, realisation, of the play. Language and structure emphasises the revelation. The line breaks off the womb to create a pause before untimely ripped. What is the quote showing that Macbeth believes he has murdered sleep? Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the rambled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast. And what part of the play is this from? Act 2, Scene 2.